Yeah, hi everyone, good morning. So today is our first session. We are going to discuss about complete overview about Python, Python DJango and Python full stack as well. So before that, what is the web application? So in our regular life, we are using so many web applications. For example, Facebook, YouTube, like this number of web applications we are using. And here, each and every web application is completely divided into two parts. First one is about front end, second one is about back end. So web application divided two parts, front end and back end. So here, what is the front end? Front end is nothing but UI, nothing but user interface. Simply we can say presentation also, no problem. And backend is nothing but functionality or logics. Functionality or logics. What is the functionality or logics? Just observe here. For example, I'm going to open one website. For example, Zoom website I have opened. So here you can see on the screen they are displaying some presentation by using colors, by using different styles, images, etc. This is considered as user interface. Whenever we open our application, whatever we are able to see on the screen, it is front end or user interface. And what about the backend? Backend is nothing but functionality or logic, nothing but each and every feature in our application, we can say that it is backend. For example, observe here, when I'm going to click on my account will be open here. Here, for example, I have meetings tab. When I'm going to click on schedule meeting, meeting will be scheduled. This is one feature. For this, one functionality is required. When I'm going to join automatically, I will join in meeting. This is one feature, one functionality. Like this, whatever functionality or logics are required, those we can consider as backend only. So this is the some small overview about web application, front end and back end. And observe one thing, before starting our Python, here there is no coding knowledge or there is no programming background is required. That is the point we should remember. Why? Because if we are going to work out with some other programming languages, for example, I want to start with Java. Compulsory we need some programming knowledge like C programming, etc. But here there is no coding knowledge is required. From scratch onwards we are starting here only, and it is completely different compared to other programming languages. Guys, can you mute yourself? It is completely different compared to other programming languages. We'll discuss one by one. What is the difference between Python programming and other programming languages as well. Before that, in our course, what are the modules we are going to cover? What about the each and every module we'll discuss. After that, one by one we'll explain. So we are going to start about Python full stack course. In this Python full stack course, first we are going to start about Python module, and after that DJango framework, after that MySQL and GitHub. Once GitHub finished, we are going to start about UI technologies or front-end technologies. Nothing but HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and JavaScript and JQuery. These are the UI technologies or front-end technologies. So observe here. Here, entire course we have divided into two parts. First one, these are the about backend technologies. In your web application, if you want to develop functionality or logics, compulsory we should know about Python, DJango, MySQL, and GitHub. Once all backend technologies are completed, now we can able to develop any kind of functionality also. But when we are going to implement in application level, presentation also important. When we open any application, if presentation is good, then only visitor is going to spend some time, he is going to approach us. For this purpose, we have to work out with UI technologies or front-end technologies. So by using these HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, and JQuery, we are going to work out with user interface also. Now observe here, we know front-end technology, back-end technologies, and front-end technologies. Simply, we can develop any type of application also. You can develop websites, you can develop web applications as well. So here depends on the number of skills, will get the opportunities, completely different only. For example, if we are going to join only Python programming, then we'll get the roles are like Python developer. And at the same way, if we are going to work out with Python with the data science, then you can try as a data scientist, Python with the machine learning. Like this, different combinations are there. But observe one thing, if you want to start your career in coding platform, in software development platform, compulsory we have to go with Python full stack only. Why? Because who is the Python full stack developer? The person is going to deal front end and back end as well. So full stack developer is going to develop front end and back end both. In case if you know only front end technologies, only limited roles will get limited packages only. But nowadays, everybody are trying to hire Python full stack developers only. Why? Because in a project we don't know. Sometimes they may assign backend, sometimes they may assign front end also. In case if employee is the full stack developer, he can handle both. In case if they are hiring only front end developer or only back end developer, only they can handle one thing only. So that's why currently we have a huge market for full stack only. For example, I have joined Python under DJango Framework. So simply we'll get Python developer and Django developer and backend developer, web developer. These roles will get if you know only Python and Django. Why? Because only you can develop functionality, only you can develop backend only. So along with this, if we are going to work out with the UI technologies, then web developer and front-end developer and web designer and full stack developer. So like this, so many roles are available here and the package also completely different only. So better try to go with Python full stack only. So this Python full stack course, we are going to cover 90 days, like 3 months duration will be there. So first we are going to start with the backend technologies, like first Python programming language, after that Django framework, after that MySQL, GitHub. Last only we are going to work out with UI technologies. In UI technologies, just observe here JavaScript and jQuery. These are not a Java programming. These names are like Java only. It is completely different, very easy, and with small modules also. And along with our course, by using Python Django, we are going to develop two projects. We are going to work out with the two live projects. You people have to develop these projects only. So when we finished Django, 50% of the Django, we are going to start our first project. First project is like a one website. So by using Python Django, we are going to design one website only. So once 80 to 90% of the Django completed, we are going to start about our second project. It is one web application. Simply we can say it is employee portal. When we join any company, they have a employee portal. That employee portal we are going to develop as our second project only. So these are the projects we are going to develop by using Python and Django. Here we are using HTML as well. Once UI technologies are started, again here you people are going to design two websites by using HTML, CSS, Bootstrap and JavaScript only. Why? Because we are doing two projects by using backend technologies. We are perfect in backend. Then what about front end? UI also important. For this purpose, by using UI or front end technologies, we are going to work out with two more websites. So total, we are going to develop two Python Django and two UI technologies websites only. And every day 1 hour session will be there, Monday to Friday. And after this session, we are going to provide you the soft copy of material. And after that, and every day we'll send you the class recording video also. Why? Because somebody are coming from some non-technical background, somebody are coming from, for example, civil, mechanical or electrical, etc. So in case if you are going to listen only one time, that is not enough. We have to work out with multiple times some concepts. In this case, these videos are very useful. Along with the videos, will provide you the daily assignments also. Why? Because we need real-time knowledge. Compulsory we have to work out with assignments as well. So these are the modules, and this is about so course structure. This is about the projects, and after this we'll provide you the resume preparation. Depends on your course. For example, if you are going to select only Python Django, that profile is different. Python full stack profile is different. We'll provide you, and at the same way, after completion of the course, we'll provide you course complete certificate. If somebody need internship because due to gap, for this we'll arrange internship certificate as well, 8 months of internship certificate as well. So this is about our course structure, and now one by one module we'll discuss. So observe here, in backend technologies, the first one is about Python. So what is the Python? So Python is a programming language. It was invented in late 1990s only. It is not a new programming language. It is old programming only. But in Indian market, from 2012 onwards, it is into huge demand only. As per 2021 survey, out of 100%, 32% share occupied by Python and 17 to 18% share occupied by Java. So just to imagine the demand in our current market about Python programming languages. So first of all, here we are saying Python is a programming language. So what is the use of the programming language? By using programming language, we can develop functionality of application only. We can use any programming language also, no problem. We can develop any kind of applications also. Like Python, we have C programming language, for example, Java programming language. So like this, number of programming languages are there. So to start our career with the Python programming, there is no coding or programming knowledge is required. Why? Because here from scratch, before the Python, nothing will be there. From installation from scratch onwards, we are starting here. Why this much demand for the Python programming language? Why? Because already Java is available, C programming available, like this number of programming languages are available. Why this much demand? So just observe this example. For example, I'm going to develop one ABC application by using Python and by using Java. So ABC application I'm developing by using Java. Here I'm writing 1,000 lines of code. Same application by using Python I'm going to finish within the 600 lines only. Now just observe here, which one would you choose? Compulsory, people will go with Python only. Why? Because compared to Java, here code length is less. Why code length is less? Why? Because compared to other programming languages, here syntaxes are very small. Syntax nothing but structure. In any programming language also, if you want to develop particular logic, compulsory, we have to use some syntaxes, some structure will be there. So for example, in Java, if I'm using one functionality, for this I'm writing 6 lines of syntax. Same syntax in Python, we can work out with only 3 lines only. So this is the one of the major advantage. And the second one is Python improve application performance compared to other programming languages. So here in Python application, we have 600 lines only. In any application also, if code is less, automatically it improves our application performance. Here small syntaxes are there. So code is less, automatically it improves application performance. And the next one is, it is open source. Open source nothing but it is a free software only. For Python, we have a Python official website, python.org. This is the Python official website. Just to go to this website, from here we can download Python easily. Very small software. So to install Python, any type of laptop, any type of device also enough. There is no specific configuration is required. When we are working with some other technologies, compulsory we should have some 8 GB RAM, 500 GB hard disk, etc. These type of features. But to work with the Python, there is no specific configuration is required. Basic device also enough. And here, by using Python, we can develop web applications and desktop applications also. So what is the web application? Just in starting only, we had a discussion. So whatever applications we are going to open in online in our browser, those are web applications only. So for this web application, device is not important. For example, if you have an internet connection, simply I will open from my mobile, from my laptop, from my desktop also. So any location also we can open. And desktop applications nothing but we are going to install in our device only. For example, if I am going to shopping, they have a billing system. If I went to a restaurant, they have a table reservation system. These applications we can open only in their devices only. Why? Because these are installed in their devices. So those are considered desktop applications only. Like this, we can work out with web applications, desktop applications, and gaming development also. In gaming also, front and back end will be there. In back end, they're supposed to use one programming languages. Previously, everybody are used Java, but nowadays everybody are converted to Python only about developing their functionality. And at the same way, testing environment also. So previously, everybody using Selenium plus Java about as their testing course. But nowadays, everybody are converting Selenium plus Python only. So how we can perform this testing? For example, some companies are manufacturing computer hard disk, RAMs, microchips, etc. So once the manufacturing is done, before they are going to deploy, they have to perform testing whether these are working properly or not. While testing, they are going to work out with one testing tool along with some programming language. Here, people are using Python only. Like this nowadays, each and every industry is working with the Python. That's why we have this much demand in current market only. Even packages also very high. So these are the different type of features of the Python. For example, sir, I don't have any knowledge about programming or coding. Then how to install the Python? Where we have to write the program? I don't know anything. So don't worry. Here already we know Python is a open source, nothing but free software. For this download purpose, we have a Python official website, python.org. From this we can download. So just observe here, we'll show you how to download. So just go to Google and enter Python download, so that in first link only they will show you the website python.org. Just click on it. So observe here, directly they are showing download option. Download the latest version for Windows. So here you can see what is the latest version, Python 3.10.5 only. So basically Python 3 any version also no issues. Python 3 is the latest version only. So just click on download button, so that the download process will be initiated. Here you can see download also finished. Once the download finished, just click on downloaded file, so that they will ask you to click on install now. So once we click on download button, once download finished, they will show you install now. Just click on install now. After 5 to 10 seconds, they will display finish option. With only two simple clicks, we are going to install Python software in our device. To install this, there is no technical knowledge, there is no coding knowledge is required. For example, successfully we have installed in our device. Then how to open, where we have to write the programs. For this, just go to search and enter IDLE here. For example, here I am entering IDLE. When we entered IDLE, it is a Python software, Python shell. Just click on IDLE here. Automatically on the screen, one Python tab, one Python shell will be opened. And here only we are going to work out with our programming. So let me open. So observe here, this is about Python. So now here only they are showing the Python version. So currently in my device, I'm using Python 3.9.8. So Python 3 is the latest version, any version also, no issues. And here you can see, we can type our code here. But the thing is, here we can work out only single line of code only. For example, ABC I have entered here, press enter. We can see here directly they are executing ABC. But when we are working with application within the line, we can't develop any logic. Compulsory, we have to write multiple lines of code. For this purpose, left side observe here, we have a option file. Just click on file and click on new file here. So when we click on new file, one new file is open. Here write your code. After that, we have to save this file. Again, go to file and click on save. So when we click on the save, they will ask you to enter file name only. So for example, on the desktop, I'm going to save my file name. For example, my file name is some ABC. So observe here, it is a Python file. That's why end of the Python name, file name, we have to enter .py. .py is the extension. Why? Because ABC is the Python file. When we are going to save Python files, compulsory end of the file name, we have to mention .py. Just click on save here. So you can see here, they are saying you can't save, for example, desktop. So save. So it is already existed. So you can see here abc.py. So now observe here, I am going to open my previous tab. So this is about my program. Just to check the desktop. Here you can see abc.py. This is the Python file. And now my file is ready. I want to check the output. So if you want to check output, compulsory, we have to run our Python program. Then how to run our Python program? For this, observe here, we have a run option. Just click on it. And again, we have run module. Just click on run module, or otherwise press F5 also, no problem. So just click on run module here. So now observe here, they are showing some errors. If you have any errors in your program, they will display the error name with detailed information along with the line number also. Why? Because, for example, in my program, some 100 lines of code is available. If they are not showing the line number, where we have to check, very difficult. So that's why in detailed error information along with the line number they are showing. And now, for example, in your program, if there is no error, directly they will display output only. So observe here, they are saying name error, name single quote starting, ABC single quote ending is not defined. But here there is no quotes, right? When we are going to write any alphabets or words in any programming language, starting and ending, we have to enter single quotes or double quotes. So now I have added the quotes. Just click on save and click on run and run module. Now observe here, they are not showing any errors, and at the same way they are not showing the output also. Why? Because if we have a program, then they will display output, but here nothing will be there. This is about the execution process of how to create the Python program and how to run the program. So now observe here. For example, here I don't have any knowledge. Then how to create a program? When we observe any other programmings, so they are going to enter these kind of brackets or end of the line. They are going to mention semicolons, and sometimes they will mention int, float. So like this, they are going to write their programming. But in Python, completely opposite. No need to write these kind of programming only. For example, I want to write sum of two numbers. Sum of two numbers. So I want to write a program for addition program only. So in addition program, generally how we can perform the addition? First to take two numbers, after that first number plus second number only. Same scenario here also. Take some a value equal to 10, b equal to 20. Here perform a plus b. That's it. Here you can say I'm not using any curly braces, or end of the line there is no semicolons, nothing required. Directly we can execute. That's why Python is very easy to work without any coding knowledge also. So just observe here, same program I will execute here. For example, my first value a equal to 10, second value b equal to 20. So expression is a plus b. Now run the program. So observe here, there is no output and no errors also. So program executed, but output they are not displaying. Why? Because here what is the result? A plus b is the result only. So if you want to print this result, simply add inside of the print only. So now observe here, print of what we are printing, a nothing but 10 plus b nothing but 20. 10 plus 20, 30. Print of 30 on the screen, they will display 30 only. So this is only addition program. Like this, by using simple syntaxes only, we are going to write our Python programs. And now our complete Python is divided into two parts. Our Python programming is divided into two parts. First one is core Python. Second one is advanced Python. Core Python and advanced Python. So what is the core Python? Core Python nothing but all the basic concepts only. From scratch onwards, from installation onwards, whatever basics are required to work out with Python, all the basics we are going to cover under core Python only. Here we are going to discuss about Python features, Python installations, how to write the program, how to write the conditions, how to write the functions, all the basics we are going to cover under core Python. Once core Python finished, then we'll get some idea about, okay, we have to write Python programs this way. We have to write the condition like this. You will get some overview. So once basic concepts are done, now we have to work out with advanced concepts. All these advanced concepts are added under advanced Python only. Why? Because if you want to work with application, compulsory we should know about some advanced concepts. Those advanced concepts are added under advanced Python. So once core and advanced Python finished, now we can develop any type of functionality also. But observe here, when we are working with application, where we have to write this code, here we are using Python software only. But when we are developing application, where we have to write, for this purpose, Python introduced one special framework. Python introduced one special framework is called Django Framework. So it is also open source. It was developed by Python in 2003 only. Not only for Python, for any programming language also, one framework is required. Like this, Python developed Django framework. So what is the framework? This framework will provide you one structure. For example, if we are going to develop one application by using Python and Django, first we should know how application will work so that we'll get one idea. So observe here, I am a one visitor. So in browser, I am going to enter www.abc.com. When we entered this URL here, automatically this request will move to URLs file in our application. So when we are developing one application, inside of the application, we have one URLs file. So visitor entered URL is matched with your URL, then only this request will move to next level, or otherwise they will display some error not found or something. So in case if it is matched, it is going to move to next level. Next level is called views only. Views nothing but here we are going to write our Python code. Views is the one file name. URL is one file name. In views file, we are going to write whatever functionality you want to develop by using Python. All the functionality we are going to write here. So once views received the request, they will send this request to next level. This level is templates. Templates nothing but presentation, UI. Whatever you want to display on the screen, those files we are going to store in templates level. And now templates are going to send the response to the views, and views are going to display your application on the screen. So just observe here, visitor knows just how to enter the URL, but backend like this number of steps, number of files with the connections are involved. Then how we are going to create all these files manually? Not possible. For this purpose, if we are using a Django framework with a single command within the seconds, they will create the entire application structure automatically. After that, only our job is By using Python, we are going to replace the views code. By using UI technologies, we are going to change the templates. Remaining connection will be established. So framework will provide you these kind of structures only. So here Python developed Django framework. Why Django preferable for Python? Why? Because it is open source. It is open source, nothing but it is also free only. If you want to work with the Python, sorry, Django, compulsory you should have knowledge about Python. Then only you can easily work out with Django here. Here, no need to learn any new code, whatever concepts we had a discussion in Python, those concepts we are going to implement here. And it is fully loaded, nothing but when we are going to develop any application, so many features are involved in our application. For example, one registration form, one login option, like this number of options are there. But when we are working with other technologies, we have to depend on other team member. But here no need. Here all the features are inbuilt. By default, Django will provide you all the features only. Only we have to use. And the next one, it is securable. Why? Because, for example, you can see here nowadays all major applications are facing security issues only. But observe here, when we open YouTube, there is no issues. When we open Google, no issues. When we open Facebook, no issues. Why? Because backend they are using Python and Django only. And it is scalable. Scalable, nothing but, for example, 1 lakh visitors open your application at a time only. Then automatically some application will display server error, server not found. Especially some universities release student results at a time only. Lakhs of students are going to open their application. So they will display server error, not found, 502 error. These kind of errors they may display. Why? Because their server don't have that much capability to handle these many visitors at a time. But if you are using YouTube, at a time some millions of people are using, but still it is working only. So like this, we have number of features are available in our Django framework. That's why it is preferable for Python programming language. So in Django framework, we are going to discuss how to create the project, how to provide the connections, how to provide the application, how to add Python code, how to work with the templates. All the concepts are involved under Django framework only. So now observe here, I know Python and Django, easily I can develop the backend. And here you can see we have MySQL. It is database. Database is nothing but we are going to store the user's info in the form of tables, rows format. They will store the data. For example, I have one Facebook account. So I'm going to enter my username and password here. When we entered username and password, after 2 to 3 seconds only, if details are correct, they will display our account, or otherwise they will display error. Please enter valid username, please enter valid password, etc. So in this time, what they will do, whatever you have entered, they are going to check these details are matched with your registration details. If you are going to log in nothing but already you have a account, they will check your registration details, login details are same or not. If details are correct, they will display account, otherwise they will display errors only. Where they will check, they are going to check in database only. For any type of application also, database is mandatory. So when we are working with the Django, they will provide you one free database is called SQL3, SQLite 3. It is inbuilt database. It is completely free only. No need to learn anything about SQL. No need to work out with SQLite 3. It is the inbuilt only. Sir, but without SQL, how to work with SQLite 3? Don't worry. Why? Because Here we are going to use Python code only. After that, we are going to convert our Python code into SQL format by using single command only. Then after that, we are going to execute. So here it is the inbuilt only. But when we are going to attend for some interviews, they may ask you, SQLite 3 is the inbuilt. Except SQLite 3, what are the databases you know? So in this case, we are going to discuss about MySQL database. This is one external database. Here we are going to discuss how to create the database, how to use the database, how to perform, create the tables, how to insert the data, how to update the data, how to read the data, all database operations we are going to cover. It is one of the very easy database only. And now observe here, we have uh, Python, Django, MySQL. So now the next one is about GitHub. GitHub is like one small tool only. By using this tool, we can maintain different versions of your application. At the same way, we can send the files also. We are going to show you. When we are going to attend for interviews also, sometimes they will give you the task at interview time only. They will give you 1 day time, finish this task and send me. They won't accept emails. They will ask you to send me by using GitHub only. Then how to send by using GitHub, everything will cover here. Now perfectly backend is completed, and now we are going to work out with UI technologies or front end technologies only. Here you can see 5 different technologies are involved. By using all these 5 modules, we are going to work out with the presentation only. So what is the first one? HTML, hypertext markup language. By using HTML, we can design the layouts only. For example, I'm going to develop one application. Here I want to place my logo. Here I want to place menu. After that, one horizontal image and one heading is required, one paragraph content, one registration form. Like this, if you want to design the layout, we have to use HTML only. But observe here there is no look and feel, only raw data will be there. Why? Because always by using presentation, we have to attract the visitor. Then how to provide the rich look for this website or application. For this purpose, we are using CSS, cascading style sheets. By using this, we are going to provide some rich look. Just observe here before the color and after the color. And the next one is Bootstrap. Nowadays, everybody are using smartphones. Somebody are going to use tabs. Somebody are going to use desktops. When we open our website or application, compulsory depends on the device screen size. It should be minimized. These are considered as mobile friendly or responsive only. So nowadays, every application or website should be responsive. Then how to make it responsive? Here I am going to work out with Bootstrap also. And after that, next one is JavaScript. For example, here I have a registration form, name, phone number, email ID, some message, etc. fields are there. So instead of phone number, visitor entered email ID. Simply I have to display, please enter valid phone number, please enter valid email ID. In case if you want to perform these kind of front end functionalities, small functionalities, you have to work out with JavaScript only. And after the JavaScript, we are going to work out with JQuery. In any website or application also, we have to apply some minimal, small animations only. For example, when I open this application, here they are showing some images. So automatically images should be scroll from left to right. Or otherwise, when we open my application on the screen, suddenly one pop-up will come. They will display, welcome to so and so. So like this, if we want to perform minimal animations in your application, we are going to work out with jQuery also. Like this, by using UI technologies, we are going to work out with the front end. By using Python, Django along with the database, we are going to cover backend. So these are the modules we are going to cover in our Python full stack development course only. So this is about the complete overview. So please let me know if any queries, guys.